Hey guys, welcome back. I know what you're thinking. What the hell, Rattle? Whatnot is actually banning people, actually suspending people for for selling a set before release date with a Japanese set. What is going on? What world are we living in? And sorry to tell you, but it is for a completely different reason. These people are not getting banned from the platform for selling product early, for breaking street date. They are getting banned because they're doing it from Japan. Yes, you heard that right. They're doing it because they got banned from Japan. So, thank you very much to Mr. Stealth, who sent me this screenshot here of 710 Frankie Tran, who says a lot of people getting banned for streaming the new set early from Japan. And I took this as like, okay, they're streaming the new set, they're getting banned, they're getting suspended for it. Great. We have a company that's going to ignore profits. The extra bonus profits that they get, they're going to do things by the book. They're going to do it. They're going to make sure that people have to open this stuff on release. No super duper exceptions. No underground secret backdooring sold product that is stolen and or, well, this is not stolen. This only happened a couple days before release. This is backdoored. So what's wrong with the backdoor stuff, Rattle? What the hell? We just want to see the cards. We love the cards. We want to embrace them early. We want to overpay for this shit so that we can have it a couple days beforehand. That is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It's such a waste of money. Again, a lot of the people that are wasting money on this stuff, on Razzle Dazzle McSwazzles, all that kind of stuff where it's probably rigged and or you're wasting your money. The mystery boxes, the fucking Omega ones from Sean, the sketchy dude who puts out sketchy boxes, and CGC grades all his junk slabs and slaps them all together. It's all a waste of money. More importantly with this stuff is the fact that these shops that are doing this, they can get absolutely boned. I know it's weird. We gotta go over that again. But the fact that they're backdooring stuff, they can easily lose their distribution rights from the Pokemon Company. I'm sure they're probably even more strict with that in Japan than they are in the West here. So that's the biggest thing. It's just like, yes, can they get some extra money from these G-Baller 69s that want to open this shit early? Absolutely. Absolutely they can. And then the G-Ballers will pump it onto the market as fast as possible, as quick as possible. They gotta get that out. It's a premium. They're getting premium right now. So it's greed. It's mostly just greed related. But yes, the people can get in a lot of trouble. Whether or not this results in a shop essentially losing their distribution and or losing, you pretty much, as a game store, whether you're in Japan or anywhere else, you probably don't want to lose the ability to sell Pokemon cards. I'm just saying. Especially in this day and age, you probably don't want to get caught with that. Yes, this can all be traced back to the game stores that are doing it. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, all you got to do is put a little bit of pressure on these people, and the people in charge of investigating this stuff and finding out where it came from, they're going to find it. We can find it on the channel. Surely they can find it. Now, we have the nice little screenshot here, 710 Frankie Tran saying, yes, apparently he is, which is against Whatnot rules. So let's go ahead and reach out to 710 Frankie Chan, and we're going to go through the details. I say, hey, I saw you mentioned that a lot of people were getting banned for streaming shiny treasures early. Can you send me some info on that? People streaming it from Japan that were banned, question mark. Do you have pics and or their account names? I just want to know what's going on here. And again, initially I'm thinking they're getting suspended. They're getting banned because they're selling product early. Boy, was I mistaken. It is the old Japan treatment. So we have an example that they're going to show us someone that was already suspended. We'll touch on that in a minute. They say this user was already suspended. It looks like through Whatnot support team. The current streamer who you saw me in, I was just warning him because other Japanese sellers confirmed he is in Japan. That is the only way to get these boxes this early. Pretty much. It's pretty, not that you can't get boxes out of Japan, but chances are if the distribution, by the time stuff gets shipped over, you're probably not selling stuff early somewhere else. And maybe it's more of the ability to like trace it back to who it is. So he says, according to my sources, the shops in Tokyo backdoored him the boxes, which is not surprising. Again, shops in Tokyo, be careful. You're going to burn yourselves. I can't imagine rent is cheap. in Tokyo. So you probably need that Pokemon product to stay afloat. And my really close friend who lives in Japan but streams on other platforms, not here, said that the room he's in looks like a Japanese hotel room, and his setup, not his usual setup apparently. Well, that'll be pretty easy to check. We can just head on over to Whatnot on his profile, and we can check. We can see, does he have textured walls on his usual streams? But yeah, it's pretty wild. He says, I don't know. When other viewers asked him to prove it, he wouldn't show how it looked outside night in Japan. Hope it helps, my friend. Yeah, so there's a pretty good chance that they're in Japan. But I don't know if Whatnot actually checks this. Like they can, if surely they can tell what IP you're on. Surely they could tell where you're located, where you're doing the stream. I'm not sure if they can tell if you're using a VPN, or if that's something that they need to implement, that you can't use a VPN when you're streaming, so that you can't hide your location. Whether or not that can detect every single option, every single way that they do that, I don't know. I'm not a computer whiz. I compute, but I don't computer whiz. I'm not a VPN scientist of sorts. All right, so what do we have here? We have some textured walls. This kind of reminds me, and this is kind of the same thing that happened before. Remember Island Grown, where he's like, "Oh, I got banned from Whatnot?" ? Face. They stopped my stream and refunded all orders I sold. Can someone from Whatnot help me? I'm so confused. What's going on? And probably extra confused. He was probably extra confused. Everyone was probably extra confused because Whatnot just had an event that featured Island Grown in Japan, where they were doing a giveaway thing. So I don't know what the ruling is exactly. Japan, though, is not a supported country. You're not allowed to Whatnot from Japan. My God, that is making me like Japan even more. Can you imagine not having to deal with Whatnot? Heaven made over there. Anyway, we're losing my track here. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to sell in from Japan. So maybe the giveaway that gets around it because they're not selling anything. They're just giving stuff away. There's no like auctions. There's no razzle dazzles. There's no carnival games, that kind of thing. Maybe all that is just frowned upon. They can't get a license. I don't know exactly what the reason is, but you can't Japan on Whatnot. So we have a follow-up here that says, your account was reported for a potential policy violation. Following a thorough investigation, we determined that you were attempting to work around our guidelines. Violation summary: streaming from an unsupported country, aka Japan. Due to our policy, your account is suspended effective immediately. During your 7-day suspension, you will be unable to access the Whatnot platform. If you had early payout, this has been deactivated. Typically, EP early payout is reinstated 30 days after the suspension is over, assuming you haven't violated any of our policies within that time frame. If you have any unshipped orders, you will receive PDFs of your labels via email shortly. Please ship your orders as soon as you can, following our standard 2-day shipping policy. So I don't know. I'm assuming this relates to everything that wasn't sold in Japan. Everything that was sold in Japan is canceled and doesn't ship. But I don't know if they're still supposed to ship after. I have no idea. It's weird. You would think that there would just be like something that prevents you from, I don't know if they can, again, even their video playback system is fucking garbage. So to expect them to have something that says like, hey, you're in Japan, you probably shouldn't be streaming from here, is probably too much to expect. You would think it would give you a nice little warning there, because if the people that are, you know, Whatnot connoisseurs, mega super premium plus advertised and or hanging out with Whatnot on their official streams, if they don't even know the rules, like how do you expect Johnny Jimbo, who somehow got lost, accidentally shipped himself to Japan in a container, and then all of a sudden he's got to make money to get back, so he starts up his Whatnot stream. Yeah, it's just as ridiculous as you think. So we got the old thing here. So apparently we didn't get banned. Our Hamajang breaks did not get banned because they ended stream. Apparently Whatnot did not figure out the fact that they were in Japan. If they were, it seems like they were allegedly in Japan for all of this. We got Jumzard, who was very banned. Again, very cool with the Gengar hat on. we can see like the end of the conversation here. I'm not going to go through the footage of like when it goes blank, but apparently it went blank. Let's go look at Hammer Jane Breaks. The background. This is the recent background from the Pokemon cards that are not released yet, but are maybe being backdoored in Japan. We got a very textured background. It is beige. He usually has a beige background from the looks of it, but he usually has all kinds of shit in the background. You're not a real Whatnot streamer if you don't have a bunch of shit in the background stacked up as your background. Maybe it's for razzles. Maybe it's for bounties. Maybe... Wait, bounties aren't allowed anymore? Maybe it's for some kind of carnival game that you're still allowed to do because it kind of skirts the line of online gambling and casinos that have regulations that Whatnot does not. Just asking for trouble. Again, sometimes people just want to put product in the background. You got to be, it's kind of like the first person's perspective, equivalent of like the shelf in the background where you went to Walmart and you put all kinds of fucking ETBs and shit on it. And you're like, hey, I'm a Pokemon collector, guys. No offense to anyone that does that, but it's funny that everyone does that. Jumzard. Okay, so we got the Jumzard here. Nothing on the profile says suspended. You would think that they would implement that so people can know, like, hey, this person's suspended, this person is banned, this person... It's weird. It's inconsistent and weird that they always do that. Don't ask me why. So here it is. So we have people confused as why the live stream automatically ended itself. And I don't know if it has to do with the fact that maybe he didn't use a VPN. Maybe he mentioned the fact that he was in Japan and that's how we got these early. And then Whatnot, it's weird. Whatnot can take action on something that is, okay, sure. Like if it's in their policies and they're going to get in trouble for it. Well, I think that's the biggest thing. If they're going to get in trouble for it and they have to take action, then that's what they do. Weird. Kind of like with Blake. You got to get rid of Blake if Blake is ripping people off and people have proven that he's ripping people off. You got to be like, oh, we did our internal investigation and we totally know that Blake was ripping people off. But... I don't know. The Japan thing is weird. It's weird that that's where they draw the line, but not the copyrighted music, which apparently they made a rule about. You would think that they would get in trouble for that, not to the fact that you get stolen and or backdoored product that they shouldn't. Again, it's mostly just if you're gonna have a platform like this, just have it so that people follow the rules. If people rip people off, if people are doing like backdoor stuff, just like make it a rule that you can't sell it on there. And I know that's going to open it up to some other sketchy platform that's going to be like, oh yeah, well, we're the sketch dogs and this is where you can sell stuff early so you can maximum stock. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little bit tired of the Japanese product. I can only imagine for the people in Japan that are like just want to collect Pokemon cards. It's like a never-ending 2021 over there, or a delayed 2021 that is now it's 2020, 2021 forever, because this product is getting bought up by everyone else. We got people here asking, "Are you in Japan?" That kind of thing, and then they're like, "What happened? The phone probably went dead." But I think yeah, this was a suspenderino. So I don't know if he mentioned that he was in Japan. Mods were just there waiting to press the button, press the suspend button. God, he's in Japan. We don't give a shit that he backdoored this shit. He's in Japan. Gone. Weak ban. So something like that, breaking a rule like that, I get it. Suspension, probably the way to go, probably the thing to do, and make them kind of eat their own dick on the fact that they were selling stuff where they shouldn't be. Whether or not they like, that's gonna be, oh my god, I can only imagine the mess. You got like a potentially low IQ Whatnot seller who is trying to figure out deals and or sales that are now canceled, and so he has to reach out to the people that he sold them to see if they want the cards, if they don't want the cards. I don't even know if that's like against terms of service to do that afterwards. But like the people that didn't pull anything, clearly they're just going to keep their refund. The people that did pull something, they're going to want to keep the big card. So like it clearly would fuck the seller pretty hard. Do they say like, oh, I'm just keeping everything? That kind of thing. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of I don't know why. It's kind of fitting that it's a weak ban. So that now, instead of being able to sell this stuff at a super duper premium, they're going to have to basically sit back and not be able to sell that stuff on Whatnot until the set is out and available for everyone, kind of thing. So that's one plus. I do plan on creating. So we got the live stream has ended for the Hammer, who didn't get caught. Apparently was probably in Japan and didn't get caught in Japan yet, at least. I'm gonna, I don't know. Whatnot just needs to like clean up their shit. We had the video, another update yesterday about Blake. Was it yesterday about Blake? Or the day before? I can't even remember. Time flies when you're having fun. We had a recent update with Blake. Still not refunded. Still haven't refunded the people that applied for refunds. Disgusting. So I will be making a Twitter post maybe once a week. We'll remind Whatnot that there are people that haven't been refunded by the Blaker scams. So if you guys can hop on to Twitter, if you have Twitter, if you don't have Twitter, make a Twitter, give it a like, give it a share, and we'll just keep putting the pressure on them that way. I can only make so many Blake videos if there's no updates. Like if Pete Locke starts selling the Blaker stuff on Facebook, yeah, that probably warrants a video, but maybe it'll get more attention on Twitter if we can just kind of give them maybe a weekly reminder. Every week, post another story. If you guys haven't been refunded, either comment down below or on that Blake video, and I'll make sure to post those on the tweets as well. But I think most importantly, them saying that they refunded everyone initially when it was just a straight up lie. They're full of shit. Is the biggest problem here. Well, the biggest problem is the fact that they were kind of. They were very responsible for the people on their platform, especially the ones that they propped up like they did with Blake. So fuck them. Fuck you, Whatnot. Hopefully there's lots of Whatnot ads on this video. If there are, let me know down below. I get a chuckle every time. I will force out a chuckle every single time. Even if it's not funny anymore, I will still chuckle. I promise. Take care of each other out there. Remember, friends don't let friends, Whatnot. And let's make sure people get a refund for the Blake nonsense. Maybe someday the platform will clean itself up and people don't have to be ashamed of being associated with that stupid yellow W. But until then, we'll be here to shame them for it. See you next time. Join the Discord. Bye.